Limerick Today with Joe Nash on Limerick's Live 95FM.
6 weeks to success continues. We're halfway through now and we're joined by our participants, Margaret Culhan and Jim Hartnett in the studio. Good morning to both of you. How are you this morning? And Nicole from Rivas Spa, Woodlands Beautician, and of course Fitzgerald's Woodlands House Hotel are our partners in all of this. How are you getting on, Margaret?
Joe, the listeners can't see, but just take a look.
Yeah, fantastic.
Doing well.
Explain what you've just shown me, the trousers.
The trousers is falling off of me. It was hanging in the wardrobe there for quite some while. I didn't dump it because I lived in hope. And I'm fitting into it. Except, of course, around the thighs is that little bit too big now. But I can live with that. I can buy a new one.
I can even see it in your face that you've lost weight.
Good. Yeah. I'm glad to hear that.
And are you surprised yourself at how well you're doing?
I'm delighted. I'm surprised and delighted, to be honest about it, because again, I'm going to go back to the woman of the certain age, you know, and my particular lifestyle, because running my own business at C&M Safety, there was a time when we worked very hard working, and there's a lot of people who are self-employed or running their own business out there. We're now working very hard trying to find work, and it's a very stressful situation to find ourselves in. And you know, this gave me the opportunity, and it is threefold, to take time out for me and to concentrate on, you know, the nutritional side of this, the exercise side of it, and indeed the relaxation at Rivas Spa.
Do you know how much weight you've lost?
I have lost, up to last Monday, 5.5 pounds.
Fantastic, that's
brilliant.
So
I'm delighted with that.
Jim, how about you?
Yeah, same thing, Joe. This morning I went to a bag of clothes that I had put away, hoed away, thinking I'd never again wear them. And not only did the trousers that I picked fit me, I needed a belt. So that was pretty pleasing, to be honest. I was surprised. First of all, that it fitted me, but I needed a belt to keep it up.
What were your realistic hopes and expectations at the beginning of the process?
I thought I might lose. I said to myself, if I lost a half a stone weight, maybe over 6 weeks, and lost maybe a couple of inches, went from, because I was size 40 in the trousers, down to 38. The trousers I've on me is a 38, and I need a belt. And that's only 3 weeks in, so I'm shocked, to be honest. I didn't think it would be anything like this.
Why is it working for you?
Because basically it's working is because the gym is superb. The explanations behind the exercises and why they work from Lucas is brilliant. Also with Sinead and the diet, and I think the secret really is the diet. I haven't felt hungry at all. And the other thing is, in 3 weeks I haven't had a cup of coffee or tea. Which for me is just miraculous, really, to be honest. But I haven't felt hungry at all, and I've had loads and loads to eat. We even had a christening last Saturday in the Dark Horse in Patrick's Well, and they had all sorts of food there. And I stayed away from the food that I knew I couldn't eat. I just stayed away from it. There was chicken sandwiches and stuff there like that, which were perfect for me. So that's what I had. A little bit of willpower, I have to say. You can't just walk into it and do it with nothing. You have to have a little bit of willpower. And at the start, you know, being off the coffee, being off the tea was difficult, I have to say, but I got over it. And once I got over it, that was it.
Willpower, Margaret?
Definitely, you know, and preparation. Whether it's preparation, you know, to do the shopping and to have it in the cupboard, or if you know you're going out, to, you know, decide in advance. Make the mind up. And even if you can, if you're going out for a meal, because I eat out a lot, especially even with business things, you know, but I have my mind made up before I go as to what I'm going to have. Even the first day we were here, I had the conversation where you'd order a wrap and then everything else would come out on the plate, you know, with the crisps and what have you, and you devour the lot. Not anymore. I now decide, especially if I know where I'm going, if I know the menu, it is a great help to decide in advance and have the mind made up.
I find that very difficult when I order a wrap and it comes out and there are lots of other bits and pieces around it. I do gobble them up.
Well, I will now say not to bring it to me. Just bring me the plain, whatever it is I'm ordering, it's a plain wrap or a sandwich, whatever.
That's a good
Don't
tip.
bring me anything. Just bring it to me plain. Now, staying off the alcohol, I must admit, that was a bit difficult. You know, that was my way of relaxing on Saturday nights. But no, it proves again, I have the mind made up before I go.
Nicole, are you impressed with what you're seeing?
Absolutely. I have to say, first of all, congratulations to the two for, I mean, the effort that they're putting in and the commitment that they've put in over the last 3 weeks is phenomenal. Especially, I have to say, I am impressed with Jim, because at the start, Jim did express the fact that, you know, I'm not really a spa goer, I'm a man's man, I'm into my rugby and everything like that. And I did have to reassure him that this isn't really about pampering, it's much more about well-being of the body and, more importantly, of the mind. Trying to get yourself even that half an hour every day where you can calm yourself down and maybe clear the mind, even if it's anything from reading a book, where it's time exactly, you know, specifically for yourself. And I guarantee you, if you can get that half an hour every day where you can clear the mind and concentrate on something that you're enjoying, the other 23 and a half hours of the day, you're going to be much calmer and much more prepared for anything that's thrown at you.
What have you been doing specifically with Jim?
Okay, well, with Jim, for the first week and most important week is your detox week. And what we normally recommend to anybody that's doing any kind of a lifestyle change, trying to cleanse the body, improve yourself in any way, is start with a detox. Now, your body is set up naturally for detox with your kidneys, your liver, intestines, but it's very important to remember that your body was created a very, very long time ago, when we weren't created to adapt to the pollution that's out there at the moment, the processed foods, the cigarettes, the alcohol, all these things that we're taking in. So your body does need that extra boost to cleanse out. And if you do that, then your body can concentrate a lot more on burning fat and creating muscles, as opposed to trying to cope with all these extra toxins like sugar, salts, that we're taking in a lot more of than we really should be.
For Margaret, then,
what we did, again, it was a detox. We started off with a detox. For Margaret, we started off with an ultimate contour wrap, which it is a detox, but also for Margaret, she expressed that she wanted to lose some inches. So this particular wrap guarantees that you lose a minimum of 6 inches with every time that you do it.
We were talking about eating wraps a few minutes ago. You were in a wrap.
I was wrapped in a wrap. I felt like an Egyptian mummy.
What was the wrap? Some form of film?
It would remind you of bandages, crepe bandages, but of course it was the solution that the bandages were soaked in first. Yeah, and then you wrapped quite tightly. And then you're covered over with some blankets, and you just chill out there for 45 minutes or an hour.
Do you feel restricted?
A little bit, but no, I didn't feel uncomfortable. I felt a little bit restricted, but nothing that bothered me. I felt quite comfortable and quite relaxed.
How much weight could I lose now if I did that, Nicole?
If you did a wrap, yeah, with the wrap you can lose a minimum of 6 inches with every single wrap. Now we have
6 inches?
6 inches. The majority of people will lose between 10 and 15 inches on each wrap. And it's not water retention based either. What it is doing is it's compressing down fat cells, which are holding an awful lot of toxins. So it's drawing out the toxins from the cells and also drawing out some fatty acids. So that's where you're losing the inches from.
Do I bounce back the next day, though?
No, you're guaranteed to keep it off for a minimum of 30 days. Now, what we recommend is a course of 3 wraps. So it's ideal for something if you're coming up to like a wedding or going away on holidays, things like that, where you want to lose the inches and keep them off, fit into the dress or the bikini and just look that little bit tidier.
You'd look lovely in a bikini, I'd say, Joe.
You might be right about that, Margaret, but I seriously doubt it. But in Jim's case, then, why didn't you put him in an Egyptian mummy-style wrap?
Jim was looking for something a little bit different. What we used for Jim was the ultimate detox treatment. So basically, this is a very interesting treatment whereby you come along and you start off with a foot spa, which it looks very similar to a foot spa. What it actually is, it's a platinum detox, whereby we put into this foot spa, it's called an array, and what it does is it releases ions. And what happens is the body, the toxins tend to travel in the lymph system. Okay, so what it's doing is it's attracting the toxins from the lymph system with these ions. It's almost a form of dialysis, whereby when the lymph system passes through the feet, what it does is it draws the toxins out through 2,000 pores in each foot. So the water literally over a course of 40 minutes turns from clear to yellow to brown. So you're literally seeing fatty acids, mucuses flowing on the water. It'll turn yellow if you're a smoker, and it's drawing out extra sugars and urea and all that kind of toxin.
How dangerous are these toxins you talk about to us?
It's not necessarily that they're dangerous. They will make you a lot more sluggish. They'll tire you out. Anything from brain function can deteriorate. You know, you'll feel a lot duller in yourself. You can't seem to get enough sleep. You're always tired. Things like that. Whereas if you can get yourself detox, you feel an awful lot cleaner, an awful lot more sprightly. And again, if you can rid the body of these detox or these toxins, what you're doing is you're letting the body concentrate more on what you actually wanted to do, which is to burn the fat.
Now, it's important to say to people who are following these programs on the 6 Weeks to Success Facebook and that these are two ordinary people just like the rest of us. And that was the whole point of this exercise.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was very interested to see how Jim in particular would cope with coming to the spa, because you were quite nervous, weren't you?
What was wrong with you, Jim?
I had never been to a spa, John. If 4 weeks ago somebody had given me a present of a spa treatment, I would have said thanks very much. I would have been very polite with them, but I would have said, you know, it's a waste of money. I'm not going to get anything out of this. I can honestly say, and I know it might sound contrived, but I am converted, and it's absolutely brilliant. You've an hour in the thermal suite first, which is a steam room, jacuzzi, foot bath, tropical shower, and the outdoor jacuzzi, and that in itself is just fantastic. It really cleans you. You know, you can feel yourself clean, especially after the shower. Out then into the outdoor jacuzzi. I was out there the first day and it was lashing rain around me, and I was in this lovely warm bubbly water. Fantastic experience. And then back in for the treatment, and it is so relaxing that you could almost float out of there. Really is. Yesterday I had a bobo massage, or Wednesday, a full bobo massage.
A what?
A bobo massage, and Nicole will give you the details.
It's a Fijian traditional massage whereby it's a deep tissue, perfect for Jim, because again you would have expressed to us at the time that you were a rugby player, a lot of tension in the muscles, so it's a deep tissue, unwinding all those knots and relieving back pain, neck pain, any particular stressful areas.
Margaret, would you have been a spa woman?
Oh, I would have been to Rivas before this, but I love the spa, and I really feel, you know, it takes you out of, you know, the day-to-day world that you're in, and like you're in another world when you get there, and you can just unwind, forget about everything. And I think the beauty of it, you know, you can forget about the day-to-day stresses of the world, and when you come out, you really feel invigorated, and you can really face the world and face the challenges. You know, the girls hate it when I come back to work now, because of what notion is she going to come back with now?
I have to say, I didn't think either of you would last 30 minutes, in all honesty. So I'm really impressed. And what I'm particularly impressed by, because I was a bit sceptical about this, is how genuinely well you look. Yeah. And we'll be putting the footage up on Facebook so people can see this interview and see how you're looking at the moment. You must notice it yourself when you look in the mirror.
I notice when you look in the mirror, I notice it at night, Joe, when I'm proper tired. You know, I'm not exhausted from the day. I'm just proper tired. Time to go to bed, put the head down, go to sleep, and I'm sleeping properly. I'm finding huge changes there. The other thing as well is with diet, that I've had no difficulty in changing my diet, cutting out things. Now you will have a day where you can go out or you can do something or eat something you maybe you shouldn't eat. But
Margaret, what part of the process, because it is a comprehensive process you're halfway through, are you finding most difficult?
I can't say that I'm finding any particular part of it. I suppose the one that I would have been most apprehensive about would have been the gym, because I had a total fear of it, and I thought, I can never do this. Anytime I ever went to the gym, I just burned myself out in the first hour because I was watching the fella next to me who was probably at it for the last 12 months, you know. But that was the one I suppose I had most concern. But I must say, Lucas literally holds my hand through the whole process. It's not one bit boring. There's the variety of exercises is huge, and he changes it quite often so that every part of the body and every muscle group is being used and utilised. So, you know, I have no problem with it, and it is my desire and a great wish that after the 6 weeks that it is something that, you know, a habit will have been created and that I will keep it up. So I can't really say that any one area is causing me any great problem.
Yeah,
the most difficult part for you?
I would have been used to the gym because I would have been in the gym in the past. But like Margaret just said there, I would have gone into the gym, killed myself for a fortnight, and thought, oh, that's it. I can't do this anymore. Whereas having someone like Lucas, having a personal trainer guiding you, providing you with a proper plan that you know is working.
And he's educating us, really.
Yeah.
It's an education, the whole process.
Yeah. Nicole, test for these two is when they don't have as much expert attention, when the media attention is gone and they're not up on our Facebook and website every day. Do you genuinely believe that they have the commitment to keep this going in the long term?
At this stage, yes. At the start, we were looking for people who we felt, will they keep it going? And you never know. But at this stage, just from meeting them once a week in the spa, they're just glowing. Like there's a smile on their face all the time. Jim, you said, like you just feel so much better. I met Margaret. I happened to bump into her in the gym during the week, and she said, I just feel so calm. And you know that these are changes, and it's not a boot camp. You know what I mean? These are small changes that they've made in their lifestyle for the better, and I think it's very difficult to revert back to the old ways at this stage, when you see the difference. So I'm convinced.
The health benefits, I can't explain them. How much better I actually feel.
That's true. I was slightly asthmatic though. I would not have severe asthmatic, but I carry an inhaler with me, and I can honestly, I haven't used it in the 3 weeks since I started going to the gym, and I found as well the thermal suite, particularly the steam room, has been fantastic help in that regard. I've completely clear pipes, if you like, so real difference.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
The boo-boo massage?
The bobo massage.
And it definitely helps for tension around
absolutely,
the neck and
yeah.
everything. So if I'm being a pain in the neck, then that's good advice for anyone listening this morning.
Come and see
to
us.
go along. And Anne-Marie says she definitely needs it, having to put up with me every day. Well, I can only say congratulations, and we're only halfway through. I don't know what you're going to look like. It'll be very easy to get you in out of the studio at the rate you're losing weight by the end of the 6 weeks period, and we're thrilled for both of you, and we're thrilled with how it's going, Margaret and Jim. And as I say, if you want to follow them on 6 Weeks to Success, the Facebook page, don't forget to like it on live95fm.ie too, and on our Facebook page you'll see this interview up there. Gary's been very kind enough to be taking all of that footage for it. I used to call it videoing, actually, Gary, but I suppose that's a really old-fashioned term. What would you describe it as now? I don't know.
Fly on the wall there.
Fly on the wall. Flying on the wall. And particular thanks to Nicole from the Rivas Spa, from our partners at the Fitzgerald Woodlands House Hotel and Spa. And see you next week, folks.
Thank you.
Limerick Today with Joe Nash on Limerick's Live 95 FM.